Hello and welcome to Irish Eyes on Wrestling, Week 5, Part 1. I'm Sherlock, at Sherlock on Twitter.
I'm Simon Russell, and I don't tweet.
Chris won't be doing. I'm going to be rotating it from now on. There's going to be 3 other co-hosts doing it with me every other week. We'll be introducing someone else next week. But we're going to start this week off the way we do always, and that's with our news segments. And there's a big news story coming out for CM Punk, and that's that the WWE Creative, they're thinking of letting him defend against The Rock at Royal Rumble and bring it into WrestleMania to go against The Undertaker.
Would be nice, but it's all rumours and hearsay at the moment. I mean, I really don't think they'll pull the trigger on Punk beating Rock. I'd say maybe a smallest finish at the Royal Rumble, allowing Punk to retain. Let Rock go in against Cena non-title at WrestleMania. Punk gets hold on to the title. I still think they're going to do Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker at WrestleMania, but
true, yeah, could happen.
Spin on a dime, it is Vince McMahon we're talking about.
Exactly, he changes mid-show, so you never know. You never know which way Vince is going to go, to be honest.
Definitely do not. Right, more news. Caitlin got arrested this week for a traffic violation. She got arrested after a house show. She previously violated traffic, apparently, somewhere in Minnesota?
Michigan.
Yeah. Jesus. Well, that'll tell you how much I know about American stuff. Apologies to our American viewers.
Yes.
So, Grand Rapids. Okay, so according to the report is saying, during a previous visit to Michigan, I was cited for a traffic violation. I'm fully cooperating with the authorities to resolve the matter. So she's doing better than the Funkette.
Yes,
from a few weeks ago. She obviously was very drunk and tried to bribe the cop, and at least Caitlin just took her medicine and went on.
Exactly, and I hope it's not the end of the push for Caitlin.
Definitely not, but Eve is definitely Queen Bee at the moment. I can see her holding on to that butterfly for a while.
Yes, I'd say so, definitely.
Certainly until AJ finishes up with Ziggs and Cena. But we'll see how that feud goes. I certainly don't think Ziggler's going over clean as much as I'd like him to.
No, with the whole fake injury angle for John Cena, it doesn't. If he does beat Cena, it's because Cena's injured. So we're not too excited about that one. This Monday's Raw earned a 2.72 rating with 3.8 million viewers, and that's down from last week's show, which was a 2.8 rating. This is a terrible rating for Raw, and it's the 5th lowest rated episode of Raw ever, and the 4th lowest in the past 15 years. That's a non-holiday episode. It's pretty poor form.
Especially coming off a pay-per-view, which I thought was a really hot angle at the end with Ambrose and the other NXT guys coming in.
Ambrose, Rollins,
Rubbish and Ryback.
Reigns,
Reigns, that's the guy. Yeah, so I haven't got to watch much NXT because I can't access Hulu Plus.
Yes,
so,
true.
Need to find somewhere to download it completely legally and get a bit of watching in.
But I've watched these guys in the indies beforehand, and they're all very talented. Reigns, he's a Minoy. He's related to The Rock. He's part of that Samoan culture.
Okay, I know Ambrose was having a Twitter feud with Foley.
Yeah,
and Rubbish and Hardcore Wrestling. I think that could certainly turn out to be a good one if they go back to it. But even up to a week ago, it was rumoured that Foley might be coming out of retirement to wrestle CM Punk at TLC. I think that'd be a terrible idea. And if he gets medical cleared, not good.
Yeah, and then Seth Rollins, the former Tyler Black, he's the NXT champion at the moment, so they have to write that off somehow during NXT tapings.
Tyler Black, see, WWE are doing a great job of picking the best out Ring of Honor and bringing them across.
Yes.
Antonio Cesaro, obviously CM Punk is well up there at the top. Daniel Bryan. I'm really looking forward to Chris Hero, or Cassius Ohno, as they call him, debuting, and we'll be talking about so by bringing back tag team wrestling. So I really think that the Kings of Wrestling should have a place up there.
True.
Certainly put them above Team Hell No, who are kind of thrown together because they were a good comedy bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. Another news story there.
Okay, the WWE is turning Miz babyface at the moment.
Delighted.
Awesome.
really delighted about that.
Miz had some great in-ring work. He's just really annoying as a heel. The last couple of weeks of Miz TV on SmackDown have actually been really good.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying him. His promo work is going sterling. He plays off well with all the guys that he gets into the ring with him.
This all started off when he teamed up with John Morrison a couple of years ago, and he had dirt sheet segments. You could see he could talk.
Definitely, yeah.
The thing, he started off as a babyface, and everyone thought it wasn't working out because he was coming from reality TV, and people just didn't want him there. But he's been in the business now for a good couple of years, and he's a wrestler now. Like, you wouldn't associate him with reality TV anymore.
No, he's certainly not a. Was he on Survivor? Was he on in the States? He was on
the Real Stars of America or something like that.
The Real World.
The Real World. That was
the Real World. Yeah. MTV, no less.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't great. And our final bit of news there is WWE's concern. The reason WWE aren't unifying the two main titles, the World Heavyweight title and the WWE title, is because they still have the brand split when they're doing the house shows around the world, and they feel that the IC title or a smaller title wouldn't be a big enough draw as the World Heavyweight title would be for those house shows.
Still a terrible shame. I think if they just brought back, if they elevated, like tag team titles, if they brought back separate tag team titles, if they elevated them, of course you could main event house shows tag team titles. And I think having one overall title and have the champion split between brands like they did after the original brand split is a much better idea.
Yeah, it could happen.
Makes your champion look stronger. Actually, that's one thing I hate as well. Champions taking pins clean in smalls matches, like last Raw before Survivor Series. But anyway, I think there should be one champion without a spinny belt.
Yes,
over both brands.
We need to get rid of that belt. It looks really Punk would look so much better with a different title. Yeah. I mean, it's such a shame he's had this title for a year and it's still John Cena's title.
Yeah, well, it's been John Cena's title for a long time, even on Edge and all the rest of it. But my God, it's a
horrible, tacky belt.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Bring back the big gold eagle.
Even bring in a new one. I mean, Punk deserves to have his own say on what it is now at this stage. Or have a little bit of Punk in it.
I'm not so sure. I think the belt should be separate to the champion. That's the whole
point. Well,
the belt makes the champion.
I don't mean it should be completely Punk. It should be a straight edge with X's on the title or anything like that. Just to have a bit of, because the way CM Punk he's now directing the way WWE is going. You mean it's changing to be more Punk, more pipe bombish. Have that kind of style. So have something towards.
I understand you don't have to appeal to the kids, but I mean they're not really the ones to spend the money.
Exactly. That's true.
Mid-20s wrestling fans like ourselves.
Yeah. But we're going to talk now about the tag team division, how it's rejuvenated over the past couple weeks, months. And
it's been
I'll start with Hell No.
Yeah, really. Hell No. Like, I mean, for a team that came out in comedy bit, they work really well together. The promos are spectacular.
Yeah. Daniel Bryan's just improving so much. Getting a bit sick of him being the weak guy.
It's starting to grate a bit. But he gives a good account of himself. I love that you can run up the ropes and do a backflip over somebody's head coming in to run the turnbuckle. But I want to go back to actual tag teams when they come in as tag teams. I think Rhodes Scholars. Awesome. They should definitely be a team and
such a shame.
Go forward.
Such a shame with Rhodes getting injured.
Absolutely, yeah. But as long as they don't let Sandow get lost in the shuffle, it doesn't look great. Since Sheamus squashed them on Monday. Rhodes Scholars were definitely looking good. In fact, I thought they were odds on to take the titles off Hell No.
Well, before the show, apparently Vince had the idea that Rhodes Scholars were going to win. Before main event started, Rhodes Scholars were going to win, but it changed mid-show. Hell No, we're going to defend. And just so happened, Rhodes fell on his shoulder badly.
Unlucky. But,
very unlucky.
I certainly think that we should go back to having tag teams with names and that they actually come in as tag teams. Like
Mysterio and Sin Cara.
Exactly, throwing single stars together. Not that Mysterio and Sin Cara would be doing
work well together.
They do work well together. Not that they'd be doing much else, but can they not call them like the
luchadors
or something, or Sin Stereo, or I don't know, whatever.
Something cheesy that they'll come up with.
Yeah.
But the big team I love at the moment, prime time players.
Oh, that's a one-man team. It's a one-man team. You know, that's a
Darren Young.
I'm glad that they came in as a tag team, but Jesus, if there was ever a tag team that needed to be split, that's it. Darren Young is an anchor around Titus O'Neill's neck.
That's very true.
Commentary he gave in the match on Monday was star-making moment. You know.
It really was. Wash rags. He was outshining Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler.
Not too hard to outshine Michael Cole, but you know.
But he was brilliant on the mic. He's really good, and I think it's brilliant now. They have the big opportunity to say, yes, tag team wrestling is back. Our next pay-per-view is TLC, and that's where I remember tag teams being amazing. They have the opportunity to connect the three-way Hell No against Mysterio and Sin Cara against PTP in a table, ladders and chairs match for the tag titles.
I don't think Mysterio could probably handle a full-on TLC match anymore, although he'd just take a bit of a bump at the start and then spend the rest of the match crawling around the outside until he comes back in and starts kicking ass again. But definitely, no, you're very right. TLC, in fact, I think TLC should be built around tag teams. It's safer for the wrestlers involved because instead of having just two lads trying to work with all the gimmicks all the time, you actually have six lads. So you can have two guys doing a rest spot on the floor and two guys fighting in the ring, or four guys fighting in the ring. You know, TLC, I think it's something that should have been built around tag teams, and it should always be, you know, tag team titles, because that's where it got its start.
Exactly, Dudley's, Hardy's, Edge and Christian. It's what I remember of tag teams.
Exactly. I mean, back to tag teams that came in as tag teams. They all came in as tag teams, and then they split afterwards, and they went on to become bigger stars. They weren't just thrown together.
Exactly.
You know, and then you had the New Age Outlaws around, and just you know, I really I miss the days when, you know, the tag team champions. You wouldn't think the world champion would be the tag team champions. You know, like you'd probably pick Cena in a handicap match against Hell No at the moment, you know, but you never would have picked Hulk Hogan to beat the Legion of Doom.
Big on SmackDown tonight, you'll see. I won't reveal any spoilers, but there's a handicap match on SmackDown tonight. It's Hell No versus the Big Show in a handicap match.
Okay, but that's the Big Show. I'm talking about Super Cena.
Yeah, Super Cena. Yeah, it's. Well, anyway, tag team, it's resurging.
Absolutely,
getting back to the mid-90s.
I think it'd be great. I think they should do more with it. Certainly, more double team moves are kind of a lost art, because it's just tag in, you do your shit, come back in, kicking the guts, keep on going.
There is a team in NXT, the Ascension. They're big into doing double team moves. They've been called the best tag team since the 80s.
Well, that's the point. I mean, like stuff like the Rockers. I mean, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty were absolutely outstanding because of all their double team stuff.
Yes.
You know,
Road Warriors.
Especially the stereo nip-ups was always a favourite of mine. You know, stereo nip-ups, double super kicks, the whole lot. I mean, if you're going to be a tag team, you might as well take advantage and do the double team moves, but you just don't feel that when it's two lads come together. It's always the clash of egos. It's always the same story over and over.
Yeah.
You know, just have a team that works well together. That's why I really liked Road Scholars. You know, there was never any dissension.
And they were a team that were just thrown together, though.
And Rhodes just, you know, whipped the cartwheel over for Sandow at the end. You know, but Sandow is a tag team wrestler. I mean, when he was Aaron Stevens as one of the teacher's pets, you know, he's been around for a while.
He's been in WWE beforehand in the failed gimmicks, and he was sent back to developmental.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they were thrown together, but they got lucky. Works so
they
well.
certainly did. But Jesus, they're certainly making it work themselves. Much like Hell No, but Hell No do better as promos. You know, their work in the ring isn't really very cohesive. You know, and that's what you want to see out of a tag team. I don't feel like you always feel like they're going to break up. You know, Road Scholars, I could see them going the distance. I could see them being tag team for years.
Yeah,
with Daniel Bryan and Kane's just a question of when.
Yeah, you can see them. I'm getting sick of every match they start fighting. Every single match.
Yeah, I get that that's their gimmick, that they win despite fighting each other, but, you know.
But, I mean, give it a break 1 week, or maybe 2 weeks, and then it'll be more of a shock when they start fighting again. But it's every week, and it's always the same thing. They tag each other without the other one wanting to tag, and they start fighting with each other. It's getting repetitive and boring.
Sure is.
And they're not doing their promos anymore.
Yeah. I mean
that's
playing the tag team champions was funny the first
couple times, you know.
But
it's
then
gone.
it's kind of wet, and especially since Daniel Bryan, I know he can do stern work. Now Kane no offence to him, he's been knocking him out for years, and he's absolutely sterling big man wrestler. But I love watching matches like with a high work rate. I'd love to see more of Bryan versus Ziggler or Bryan versus Punk. You know.
Yeah, exactly. You never get tired of that.
Yeah, absolutely. But Kane is a savage big man worker, and you can always count on him to pull off a feud. He's very believable and everything, but he's just you know, I feel like he's holding Bryan back a bit.
No, I'd agree. Okay. Well, that's the end of this show. We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be talking about Survivor Series, how we done in our little table of our predictions, and we'll see you tomorrow then. I'm Carl Sherlock, at Carl Sherlock on Twitter.
And I'm Simon Russell, still don't tweet.
Slán.